joining here. Let's get ourselves started. It's going to be a good day down here at the lab. While we're getting that going, I'm going to start dialing ourselves in on a Discord. Get the other channel going. We've got Discord, and we'll see who else might join us here. Okay. Got the Discord. Boom. We got the MushLab. Here we go. Okay. Good evening. Hey guys, good evening. Good evening. I don't know. You're going to be able to see, let's see, from over here. Come on, I don't know what that. Okay. Here we are. Down at the lab. I'm going to, let me see if I can figure out how to, is there a flip on this? Wait a minute. Screen, everything or screen includes notifications. 1 second. What's this doing? Stop broadcast. All right, return to the screen. Sorry about that. That wasn't it. There's got to be, is there a way to? No. Sorry about this, you guys. I'm trying to be a little technical. Anyways, we'll see where we're at with that. I'm trying to get this other phone on. Good. We've got 6 people over here on YouTube. Good. So I'm trying to set my Discord up. We're good to go down here. I've got a bunch of stuff to do, you guys. So it's been a beautiful day too. I hope everybody else has had a good day. Give me 1 second. I'm harder actually to get a good camera shot for the Discord, my Discord group, because it's a more limited screen, a more limited camera shot. So here we go. We'll get us turned around. If anybody out there could maybe help me, is there a way to flip this screen around, or it'll only look at me on Discord? Is there a way for me to point it away from me or only at me? Yeah. In other words, right now I'm seeing me on my camera, but I'd like to be able to point out at the lab. But I don't know, will it do that?
If you press the bottom of your screen,
okay.
A little scroll bar should come up.
A little what comes up now?
A little scroll bar.
Okay, yep, I see that. And then it's got a camera face on it that gives me an arrow. So when I go to that, then it says screen broadcast. So I should say, I'll push that and see what happens. Everything on your screen, including notifications. All it's doing is sort of just spinning on an open screen. What do you guys see? Okay. Yeah. I'm just gonna hit stop broadcast then.
Oh, my son said it won't flip around like that.
Okay. So on Discord, no go with that. Okay, that's no problem. So here's what I'm gonna do. Watch this. I'll put it, this will be smart. I'll put it over here, like this. Yep. I'll get you guys on this side. Sorry, YouTube over here. I'm getting be right there on YouTube. This is new. Once we figure out how to do this, I'm gonna do this a couple of nights a week, you guys. Not that anybody ever has to be here all the time, but when I'm doing some lab work and things like that, there's no point in not sharing and learning. And the best part of the yeah.
It says like you can toggle camera on your phone.
on my phone itself.
Video call. Yeah, let's start video call and I'll send you the link.
Okay, you do that. In the meantime, we'll probably try to get more technical on the next one. Make sure that, because this is cool. I really do want to share this. And you know what? What did you say? What did you say, bro? Okay, let me go check the YouTube camera now. I'm going to go over to the YouTube side and get it set up, and then I'm going to be working right here in the middle, back and forth. So how are we doing over here, Ubies? Good. Big J, there you are. Nice to see you guys over here on this side. We're still my micro today. We got Aaron. Good. You guys wrap it up, or I'm talking up over here. You guys are smart. You're getting a better view of what we're doing, but you're not like doing the chat part where that camera over there, I'm able to talk to people live. They're able to talk back to me live. But I don't think they're getting as near as good of a picture, as good a look as you guys are. Okay? But so be it. That's fine. I'm just going to scroll through, see who's in here. We got Big J, Silly Rabbit, Aaron, Specky, Sam, Sleepy. Thanks for being here, you guys. Appreciate. Who else? David. Good. Okay, so we'll go over to this side. I'm not trying to, we'll get this dialed in here in just a minute, you guys. Is this view that you guys on your Discord getting, is it reasonable, or you're going to be able to at least see me what I'm doing? What do you guys think? If some of you might have the ability, I don't know what it would take, but if some of you would have the chance to do Discord and be able to see what the YouTube channel sees, the YouTube channel actually sees more, but they don't get the chance to chat. So, forget all of that. What I wanted to do tonight, hey, everybody good? We all happy? Everyone's happy? Everyone's good? We good over here? Good over here? Well, let me see if you guys are ready to get us started. Okay, we're getting ready to get started over here. Are we good to get started? We got 15, that's great. Give me, David, so smart. Give me 5, we're ready to get started, Pops. Give me 5, we're ready to get started, and I know that you guys are focused. That's 1 from Sleepy. This is how we do it. You know, we got to dial you guys in. Okay, we got another one from Free. We got Bethy's here, good. Aaron's ready, good. Okay, YouTube's ready to go. Discord's always dialed in. So, what we want to do today, I'm going to do 2 things. Some of you guys have seen all of this before, and some of you haven't. So we're just going to do it anyways and see what part you have seen and ask questions as we go, okay? This is my flow hood. It's going to sound kind of funny to some people, but if you guys would give me just 1 minute to explain the flow hood. You guys want me to explain the flow hood briefly to you over here? Or is it not necessary and move to the next thing? Who wants me to take 3 minutes on a flow hood? Flow hood? Okay, let me explain a flow hood briefly. The concept of your flow hood is simply, we want to work in an area where our air is pure as possible. So we have basically out there man-made a filter, and that filter is a HEPA filter. This flow hood here, this HEPA, this particular flow hood is made up of, if you guys can see over here, the filter itself is 12 inches deep. It's 12 inches deep, and then just the back side of this box is only about 8 inches of air. So this motor up here has a pre-filter on it. So the air that's in here already gets filtered before it goes through the motor. The motor fills up that 8 inches of space behind and blows out air through this HEPA filter that's a 99.9% clean, pure HEPA filter. The key here becomes basically understand gravity. Bacteria and contaminants follow the law of gravity just like everything else. And the law of gravity tells us in the laboratory right here, especially in one where the air isn't moving around, we have pretty still air, that the bacteria in here and the contaminants, they're gonna fall straight down. They don't come from here and then just shoot over there across the room without some kind of force, which would be air. So what we have is bacteria falling right here. And normally, not normally, but one of the ways we protect ourselves from that falling bacteria is we put our hands inside of still air boxes. And that still air box keeps all the contaminant out. Well, in this case, we don't want to be inside a box, we want to be outside. So they engineered, this becomes more or less a still air box, but by virtue of air. So now you have your bacteria or your contaminants falling through the sky and they get to about here. And once they get to about here, they start to encounter the air that's blowing out. So once you get to about here, the bacteria is going to get to about here and then it gets cycloned away as a result of the air that's blowing out. And that's one of the reasons these fins are made the way they are. You would actually, if you did a smoke test on this, it actually cyclones the air here, buffets. So anything that could fall in here actually gets buffeted out of here in a microscopic way. Now, having said that, the airflow that's coming out, the good clean air, is only going to be 24-inch stream here because the fan's only 24 wide. So while you're working, you always want to be conscious of that. Some people literally, sorry about this angle over here on Discord, but some people will literally build a fairing right into the side of their box, like this. A little side piece, like this. They'll put right on their box. So the air is always directed this way, but it does another thing for them. As they're working, if they're having to reach outside their air, like they're working here in a good clean air zone, if you have to reach outside of this air zone to pick something up, like this, and you come back inside, this fairing has reminded you you've gone outside your clean air zone. When you come back inside, you have to wipe your hands down with ISO spray again. So sometimes having a fairing on the side is really a neat thing. But generally speaking, that's absolutely not necessary. And I'll be honest with you, in the world of mycology, what we do here in our little basement labs and at home in your labs, certainly we want to be as aseptic and as clean as possible. But I'll be honest with you, for me, if I'm working here and I just have to reach over here and grab something and come on back in here, I am not risking contamination to what I'm working on here. Everything's super clean. That was a quick grab and back. So, I mean, there's balance to what we're doing. To be just so crazy for being worried about the contaminant that you end up contaminating us because of your craziness. So, one other thought when you're working with a flow hood, we almost always, you'll notice people using racks. The reason for the rack's pretty simple too. We want whatever we're going to work on, whatever our work product is going to be, up in the air stream so that the clean air can flow underneath it and it can flow up and around it. So we always put racks and then the air goes below and up and around. Anybody have any questions over here on what I was just talking about on the Discord? Any questions on the old flow hood? Make sense? Let me ask over here. Any questions over here on that flow hood action? Any questions on over here? I think a still air box is as good. Sometimes it is. I'll be honest with you. There's going to be, and you'll see a couple of times right here. I could do, I'm going to flip this camera. I could do right here on this table about 70–80% of the work that you do in mycology without even using a flow hood, still air box, anything. As long as you're using a liquid culture syringe and a flame, you can do just about anything. It's when you get into agar work and you get into spore prints and you get into some other things that you want to be in still air boxes or flow hoods. Okay? But for just literally to knock up a bag, watch this. I'm just going to put this over here for a second. Watch this. over here, watch this for a second. If I felt like knocking up a bag, I could go out in the field, hold on, what you guys can see, there you are. I could take a syringe right here. I could take a bag, this syringe and this jar. I could pull this syringe, fill this bag. I will pull the syringe, I'll flame the needle, fill the bag, or inoculate the bag all right here and not risk contam. You don't need a flow to do that. It's not something you teach specifically, but it's the same thing as you're doing with Uncle Ben's. Uncle Ben's technology, you don't sure, or if this was a multi-sport, but we like liquid culture. Your level of contam and the things that you can do with liquid culture are really, really, your level of contam is really low and you can do a lot with liquid culture. So lots of times we wouldn't even have the flow hood on. Okay. I'm gonna put that camera back. Are we doing okay here, or is this going okay? It's kind of live. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. We're going along with it as we go. Okay. Any questions over here for me, real quick, from YouTube, and then we're gonna go over and get us started. We're gonna pull some syringes here. Show you pull some syringes. Any questions? Time to try and inoculate the son of a ding dong. You know what? I almost tried that on a regular long donut. I did a picture. Good to go. Here we go. Okay, I'm gonna be turning my flow hood on. Okay, over here, love this group. Thank you guys. You guys are the ones that motivated me to make sure I got live tonight. So thank you too over here. All right, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna start filling some syringes. We have a whole bunch of people have asked Pops for some syringes. Some of you are right here right now. And I said, wait till Friday. Hit me up Friday. I'll have them for you Friday. Why? Because I figured I'd do them tonight. So I'm going to show you guys mass producing some I know we talked about agar too. I've got some agar plates. And we're going to do an agar transfer. But right now, let's fill a few syringes. You guys are watching me work for an order that I have to fill. Okay? Sound-wise, are we okay with the flow hood? Can you guys hear me all right? Okay, over here. We doing okay over here? Okay. Okay, I'm glad. This is good. This is good. You guys having good conversations. So, what we have is we have lure locks. Lure lock is what we're going to use to close the syringe after we fill it. Okay? So, a lure lock is the little tip to the syringe. So, generally, I'll just have my lure lock sitting here at the end of my rack, and I'll just have, they're pretty clean, but I just do a quick spray like that on them, and I let the air just keep that. It'll end up evaporating, and it'll just stay like that right in front of my clear airflow all the time. Now I'm going to take one of my jars. Let's see. Give me 1 second. It's right upstairs. 1 second. I gotta go up to the other room. Okay. So this right here, everybody should know, this started out with a minuscule little piece, tiny, tiny little piece of agar into my liquid culture media. Guess where I got that tiny piece of agar? No, I'm wrong. On this one, it was actually a squirt out of a syringe. This one was a small squirt out of a syringe. Guess where I got that syringe that started this one? From exception to the rule. This is your lion's mane. Remember when you dropped off some lion's mane and some AA here? So that's from exception. Then I've got some Lizard King. And then I got some AA. I'm going to show over here. Lion's mane. What's going on with Big J? Something's going on with Big J? Look at this one. Okay. You okay, Big J? Talk to me later, Corey and Big J. Now I'll show you one more. You guys, nobody gets to see this stuff live. Come on. This is cool. Look how full this is. And this thing was started on 6/11 with just the tiniest amount. Look where I'm at in 20 days. Yeah. Okay. So, we're going to pull a syringe. We have an order for a bunch of AA. So we'll start with our AA. I like to get it mixed up, get it swirly. And we'll do this at least once a day. And it breaks up, and then it three-dimensionally, why does mycelium grow so well in a liquid culture media and so quickly? It's simple. It's got a three-dimensional area to grow in. There's no limitations. It could grow in every direction all at the same time. And so you go in there and you break it up, and then it reconnects, and it's having all kinds of, making all kinds of love to each other in there. It grows and it's having babies every day. And this thing just turns into, it's got a little, basically an orgy going on in there. Okay? What's that? Yeah. Almost, honestly, in a lot of the jars, I have a magnetic stirrer in them. But you know what I found out? That's cool. I like it. You can get the whole cyclone look. But after a while, when you've got 15 jars that you need to do, like in 20 minutes or something, you get your stirrer out, set it there, watch it, turn it on. And you know what I do? I just grab it, go like this, and I'm done. You know what I mean? Sometimes, but then sometimes you want to do the stir day too. You get them all out, you put them all out, put them all in the stirrer. But a lot of times, I don't have time for it. So, the old ISO to the hands action. At the same time, I'll always ISO off our lids for what we're going to be working on. Okay? The funny thing about mycology in my mind, and I think people that are getting to know me know this, there's nothing elite about this game. We really mythologized it, made it seem like it's really tough and hard to do, and it's not. It's a super simple game. When you say simple, that does not mean easy. There's two different words there. Simple means a process. There's only 1, 2, 3, done, simple. It's how dedicated are you and how often do you do it, and you do it over and over and over. And when you're going to run and hit the wall, do you quit or do you keep on going? Because you'll hit the wall a lot in mycology. But it's to keep going. But every time you keep going, it's still just 1, 2, 3. It's still simple steps. Okay? So, now I've cleaned off this. Notice I'm not too worried because I'm sitting in front of my clean airflow. So this has been clean the whole time. This has been clean the whole time. Now I'm going to get an already sterilized and already prepackaged needle. And the way I do this, I have my own system, which is all, like you just said, 1, 2, 3. My next move, all moves are to be as minimal as possible. Fewest moves that I have to make, the better. So I'm going to take my syringe out of my package, and boop, it goes straight to the other package. And then boop, it goes straight off into my trash. And I'm sitting here with a completely clean needle, ready to go in about 2 moves. Your needles have a little air in it. You want to get that air out. Now here's a question people are going to ask. Pops, should I flame the needle now? The answer is if you feel like it. You don't have to. You just took out a sterile, completely sterile deal. And you're standing here in front of a completely sterile deal. So you don't have to. But if you feel like it, you can. So right now, what I will do is, boom, right into my injection port. And I'm going to tip this guy over. And I'm going to do what we call pulling a syringe. So boom, I pull it. Here's the trick that pops. It's not just my trick, but here's the trick. Now I'm sitting there with a full syringe. What's the next move? Some people do this. Back when I took my needle off, remember I went like this, I put a needle on, and I took the cap off and I threw it away. Some people don't throw the cap away. Some people will do this. They'll take it just like it is now. They'll pull the whole unit out, and they'll put the cap back on the needle, and they'll deliver the syringe with the needle on it. It's done. I'm not saying don't. I don't like it because you can leak out the front of the needle, and it's not nearly as sanitary as watch what we're going to do. We leave the needle in the injection port, and we simply disconnect the syringe, pop our lure lock on, and we're done. I'm up here now. I can go outside of my clean air zone. This is a done deal. So that's all there is to it. And now I would sit here for the next 20 minutes. I won't do it tonight because of time constraints. But now I'm going to do about 5 of them. Just quietly watch what I do. This is just going to be a boom, boom, boom. I got to pull a bunch of syringes to fill an order. So watch what we do. This is the syringe, the needle's already in the jar. I don't have to get another needle out and put it on my syringe. I'm going to reuse that same needle. Boom. All quick moves. So in a matter of about 3 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes, relatively full. These are pretty nice looking syringes in here. So, boop, like there you go. Talk to me, YouTube. What do you guys think? Boop. Just like that. We just filled up a bunch of syringes. Okay? Really pretty. They look good too. And the deal would be, I'm not going to do it right now for you guys, but I would just be sitting here right now and it boom, 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 and right there. Okay? Now, based off of this, give me a guess. Give me a wild guess, Discord. I'm going to guess in 2. See if we come to a close guess. How many syringes, 10 cc syringes, do you think I can pull out of this jar? How many more? Not including the ones I just did. How many more? Over here. What do you guys think? 40? I actually started at 300 milliliters. So basically that's telling you there should have been, that's 30 syringes in there at 10 cc's each. So, and I've taken 5 out, so this is about 25 left. So we have probably about 25 cc's left in here. Now why am I talking about this? This is Pop's high horse. This is my high horse. And I know it's a business, I get it. But when we're selling prints for 50 and 60 and 80 bucks a piece, and you can make it in 12 hours, and you can and when you're selling these for $20 a piece, these for $20 a piece, there's a lot of people out there that can't afford it. And they don't cost me $20 to make, guys. They don't. These things cost about $1 to make for the syringe and you can see what's involved. So when you see this, why am I saying this? Sometimes you get accused of being too generous. It's not that big of a deal. What's a bigger deal is that this can get into somebody. I'm not going to be preaching, I apologize, but all of a sudden I'm preaching. You can get this into somebody's hands, and it makes a difference in what they can do for the rest of the month. Their brain is into another place because you've just given them a project, and you've given them a chance. And you're not doing it for any other reason. It's just the glory of being that person. Help, help, help. What do you guys think over here? Tell me what you think. Scroll around. What do you think? Is the flow hood on too loud for anybody or anything like that? Are we okay? You guys, you know what I could have done? Do you want me to zoom you guys in? Yeah? Every time I come over here to talk to you guys, nobody's saying anything. Oh, I'm someone saying I'm cool though. That's cool. Okay. Big J, you are already a great guy. Okay. So here we go. You guys want? We'll do it on. You guys want us to do an agar transfer? Hey, Miss Rivers, I didn't know you were in the house. Nice. Nice to see who all is over here now. These are my friends. Very, 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 very proud to be my friends. Let's get to work. Is this goofy what we're doing? Help me. I'm flying by the seat of my pants here. Yeah? Okay. Just trying to entertain and educate. Let's do this. I'm going to show you guys a fun thing. This is going to be another fun one. Who? Let me ask you guys this. There's a bunch of people over here and a bunch of people over here. How many of you had pulled syringes doing the same thing that Pops just showed you, where we just leave the needle in the jar like that? Was that a cool idea or something everybody already was doing? That's sort of the thing I wanted to show you guys tonight, that quickie. Right? The old needle in the jar trick. Jeffy's here? Oh, I'm so glad to see him. Okay. Okay. So, we got our lower locks put away for now. We'll get our scalpels out. I usually always have 2 scalpels ready, just in case I drop one or one's going and something happens with one. I always have my second scalpel ready. And a scalpel costs about $3, so it's not like an extravagance to have 2 scalpels. You know what? I apologize to you guys. I need to do something before I forget. And exception can speak to this. A lot of us can. You know what I was about to do, you guys? I was about to forget to label the syringes. You know what that would mean? It means you guys would be getting all these syringes without the labels on. Or I'd make one up. You know how... What was that? Say it again. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do color code them. I do. Yes. That's exactly why. But I've just started color coding, and I'm a little mixed up on it because I put one in the wrong. So I'm clearing it out. But anyways, here we go. I had to label those before. I so often forget to label and I move on to the next thing, and then I go back and I'm like, what was that? And then I have mystery. I have a bunch of mystery jars and a bunch of mystery stuff. I have more around here with a question mark than the actual spraying. So, not good. So now we're getting ready to work with our agar. I have pretty much stopped pouring my own plates because I just don't like doing it very much. And about 2 weeks ago, we had a student over here for an evening, and it reminded me how much I hate doing agar. Not only was the agar melting, but the guy was melting down. It was a tough evening. And we had to do a pour, and it didn't go well. We did a re-pour, and the re-pour went a lot better. But all of that to say, Pops, I buy my plates off of Amazon. Here we go. I buy my plates off of Amazon. Just telling you guys. There's a guy on IG that's as good as they get. Tip of the cap mushrooms, and he's up in northern Michigan. He's on IG. The guy is as good as they get. I think you have to buy his plates through Etsy. They're cheaper than anywhere, and they're as good as they get. I don't use them too much. I get these. Okay? Make your own plates. These are the ones that I use. Easy Bio Research. Okay, and it's they just have a good pour on them, and they're a potato. Another thing, there's a lot of different kind of plates. There's a lot of different recipes and all of that. And at the end of the day, after a lot of different testing and stuff that I've done, I have found that the cubensis mushrooms just really thrive on a PDA plate. A PDA plate. A PDA plate. Now I'm going to roll over this camera over here. This is the teacher pops in me. And I'm going to ask over here, I'm not asking over here to the scientists. I'm asking over here to the scientists. What's PDA mean? PDA. PDA. What does that mean? Does Michelle know? What's a PDA plate? There you go. A. Roberts. Good job. Size got it. Good job. Potato dextrose agar. That's good. See how we're learning? Beth's going, I'm not sure. And no, Aaron, it's not a public display of affection. Okay? So good. There's a learn right there. We are using typically our potato dextrose. Excuse me. Excuse me. Potato dextrose agar is what we're going to work with. I'll take these, put them up here, and this will go over here. And remember the other day on T, I was doing a fear of. We did fear of contest where we did a fear of. I have a fear of scalpels. I'm scared to death of these things. Okay, I envision myself slicing. Can somebody look up what a fear of scalpel is? Seriously, what's a fear of scalpels? Help me out here. What's a fear? I don't know what the answer is. What's a fear of scalpels? Okay, I'm afraid of scalpels. You guys over here, do you want a closer look? Talk to me about this angle. And whatever you guys do over here, as I'm doing things, listen to Cy research. She knows it's called acmeophobia? Acmeophobia. Eichmophobia. Okay. All right. Eichmophobia. You guys give me 2 minutes. I'm going to grab a glass of water. I'm going to grab some plates from the colonization room, and I'll be right down. Give me 2 minutes. That's it. 2 minutes. So was that the answer? Eichmophobia? I'm back for just 1 second on this side. Eichmophobia, was that the answer? Yes, no. Next time we talk, I'm going to actually have a monitor up on top of the flow hood that's going to read the comments from here. But, okay. Showing this camera here. We have this we're going to take some samples from. It's a really, really well-developed plate. So we're going to take some donations out of this plate to start some plates. We also have this one. Another nice plate. Okay, we're going to get some work done out of this. Thank you, Big J. Thank you for smashing those. And then this is a prize. Very few people have this right now. This one right here is a collector's item. Enigmas. What we're going to do here today is I'm going to start a bunch of Enigma plates, and those are going to be some giveaways next week. We're going to watch them grow together. Okay? You definitely want an Enigma. So I'm going to make some Enigma plates for giveaways here. Okay? What do you guys think? Love you. Love you, Jeffy. Got an Enigma plate. What I work on. Very hard to find right now, and I got this one fully growed out. Okay. And then we got some nice basic hillbilly. This thing was so aggressive. This thing grew so, it's literally almost starting, it's starting to, primordial knot in the plate right now. I should have been worked out, this should have come out of the plate a couple of weeks ago, a week ago. Then this beautiful AK. This AK is so solid. This one, when we go to cut it, it's gonna look like cheesecake. It's gonna be really thick. This guy's super thick. Okay, so those are the plates we're gonna work with. We also, here's what I do. After I've taken donations out of the plate, and I have a plate with a bunch of voids in it, the cutouts and pieces that I've removed, then I'll take what's left of that agar plate and drop it into a bag, and now that will be the donation to start that bag. Okay, so what we did is we've got some bags on standby that once we've got our extra agar, we'll drop them into these bags. Okay? Let's talk about these bags for a second. 1 second. I make my own bags and I make my own jars all the time. We do our own jars here. Look at this one. And we got this because tomorrow we're going to take this. It's going to be grain to grain transfer and start about 25 pounds between them. This and about 3 or 4 other jars we have. We're going to use this to start some more. And that's what I do is I let them, my starter jars, I'm going to, exactly, look at this thing. It's been culturing since 5/18. This thing's a month and a half old. But there's no grain here at all. This thing is a rock of white. Now you can go in, you could slice this thing with a knife and just have little mycelium cakes. Okay? So this is what I try to do. I get a solid, get it really, and then that right there, I'll go in with a spoon, and then this, I'll take pieces, chunks of this out and start bags. So when we say start bags, currently, I'm using and I recommend it, a guy called outgrow.com on the internet. Very nice website, and I like his 1 pound rye berry bags. Okay, I love working with 1 pound bags because there's a lot of good about it. So the bags come like this, and what we want to do is we want to just sort of prep the bag. Get some air in it because it's been sealed, and there's really been no air in this bag until right now in my lab. I'm getting the first air back into this bag. And what we'll always want to do with these bags is get the grain moved around. Why am I doing this? Because I'm going to be working with agar, and I'm going to have 3 plates left over, so I have to have 3 bags ready to drop my leftover agar in. So I want to have 3 bags prepped and ready to go. Does that make sense? Since I'm going to be working with 3 plates, and I don't want to throw the leftovers away, I'll put the leftovers into the 3 bags. So real quick, if you guys don't mind, I have 2 more bags to prep, and then we can get to the agar. Okay? Any questions? I'm going to go over here while I prep a bag. 2 more right here, real quick. I'm sorry this is taking a while. I thought we'd only be here an hour. We might be here about 1 hour and 15. I do want to show you guys these agar transfers I'm going to do. I'm going to show you the neatest thing you'll see on the internet right now. Any questions over here? 30 people, 30 likes. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Questions, YouTube? Questions? Anybody? Let me scroll in here. Happy birthday. We got a birthday? Whose birthday is it? Happy birthday, Jay. Okay, I'm just prepping the bag. The big thing with that, I have my own anatomy of terms for this stuff. And in a bag itself, I call this area of the bag the chimney. I believe that that's called a chimney right here, and that's where all the gas exchange and air and everything's got to flow in and out of this. And lots of times you'll go into your tip and your bag's flipped over like that. You're going to find out that your bag's not going to colonize because you're not getting the air releasing out of the valve, out of the filter. So you always got to make sure that your bag's open up here at the top in your filter, in your chimney area. Otherwise, you're not going to get air flow out. Okay? One more, and then we'll agar it up. Usually when I'm not gabbing and I'm down here all by my lonely self, Mr. Rivers, you know I get lonely down here, right? So, yeah, you go to imagine I'm down here in this dungeon, this deep dark dungeon all by myself. Usually when I'm not gabbing and I'm all by myself, I can fly through these operations pretty quickly. And preference in what? In Enigma? I have never grown the Enigma house. This I'm going to actually literally be trying for the first time from one of these. I was gifted this plate, really small. I've grown it out, so now I'm going to make about 10 of them, and then I'll try growing it. So, yeah, we'll do it together. Unfortunately, and the truth is, I'm not even excited about growing it because everything I've heard and seen, it's a long, drawn-out process, and that's not my personality. It's like if I can't grow it instead of TJ. But I'm gonna try it so I have the experience. But it's not something I can't wait to do. It's weird. I'm doing it because I have to. I'm doing it because I need to know. Okay, here we go. I'm going to show you guys some fun. Free, don't get too tired. Hang in there. Hang in there, my brother. You know what? If you guys aren't following Free on IG, you need to fix your life. You need to fix your life, okay? Because this guy, I'm telling you, go watch his story. I don't know about posts so much, but his story, I love your posts on your story, bro. Like, yep. If you guys, if there's a problem with your life, it can be fixed by just going and seeing Free's story. What is this? What is this, Pops? What the heck are you up to now, Pops? Are we ready for this? I love what you guys are doing. You guys are like having class over here. You guys are like the kids talking in class and the teacher doesn't even know it. This is good. Okay? Here we go. It's we're not going to call it an agar pusher, but that's what it does. Yeah, Aaron paying attention guy. Okay. So, soaking in my alcohol this whole time is what they call, and you bakers know this, a fondant cutter. Fondant. Fondant. It's where they take the cakes and they put out all that frosting, that rolled out frosting, and they create all these, they come up with all these little patterns. Well, this little fondant cutter, I can watch. It's going to, I don't know if I'm doing a good job of showing you, but this presses right out. Wait, camera? See that? And they have these in various, obviously, various shapes and patterns. So you get one of these little guys, and everybody thinks when we get done with what we're going to do, right? Everybody's going to think you're like an artist. And really, you're just a shyster with a fondant cutter. Hey, here we go, shysters with a fondant cutter. That one there, since I was waving it around in front of the two cameras, even though I had been soaking it, I'm going to wipe it down one more time. Okay, when you get it, it's very clean, and I'm super confident in the cleanliness in here. Plus, I had a cleaning crew here today. I don't normally do that. It just worked out today. We happen to have had a cleaning crew come through, did a really nice job. So the place is amazing right now, if I do say so myself. We're feeling real good. Thank you for being here, you guys. Thanks for spending this time. I know you guys have so many things you could be doing, and I just appreciate it. So we're going to start with our AA plate. And out of the AA plate, I want to, normally at this point, to take something out of the plate, I would be sterilizing or cleaning down my scalpel, but I've just done that basically with my fondant cutters. My fondant cutters have been soaking. They've never really been out in the world after I've been originally bought them, washed them, and put them in there. And now, ever since then, they've either been in front of the flow hood, they quickly visited cameras, but then they came back to the flow hood and got wiped down again. So, these fondant cutters right now are super duper clean. Okay? So what we're going to do, this is crazy. This plate's crazy. I'm going to take my donor plate, the plate that I'm going to donate to. Oh, there was to it. And now this thing will start growing off of that very geometrically. We didn't have to get our scalpel out. Come on, where's my scroll comments? I gotta see something. I'll go back in front of the flow hood. Pops, that's pretty cool. What do you think? And by the way, I can take it out from the flow hood like that right now. It's all covered. I just don't want to take the lid off of it. There you go, Eric. It's pretty sweet, right? Look at that. You can see that little donator in there? Listen to the side. Whatever she's telling, she's a professor herself. Should have seen her last night, 3 o'clock in the morning, doing DNA research. Okay? So now what I do is I'll just take this, set it off to the side, and I'm going to pop a couple of more plates like that if you guys don't mind. Here we go. Show you how thick that is. Oh, Aaron, you could start with the smallest piece and you'd still end up growing a plate out of it. It's just a bigger piece, bigger start. Look how thick this is. Okay, now that we've done it with the fondant cutter to show you, now we're just going to go ahead and use our scalpel. This is what more people will have, and this is what most people will use. With that, the fondant cutters are fun, and I like doing it for the patterns. But now we've just got our scalpel. We're going to want to flame the scalpel to red hot. Then, usually to the next plate that I'll go in, I'll cool my scalpel down. You could actually hear a sizzle. You hear a little sizzle as I hit the PDA of the other plate. Then, I look for a leading edge or a trunk inside here. All we need. Off to the races. Lake City, Lake City, USA. And we will track these with you guys in the next couple of days as you guys see Pops doing some pictures of plates. You guys will remember, oh, you can see right here, see that mark right there? That's where the scalpel went in to cool down first. And then there you see the donation. What are you guys saying over here? Anybody? Yes, Jeremiah's got a very good point. Very good. But we don't really, this isn't a Roby plate. This one's really rhizomorphic, so I go to my leading edges. I'm looking at my leading edges. You also don't normally move your plate out from your flow hood. But this thing's so cultured and clean, I'm not too worried for demonstration purposes. what's left in this plate. I've made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've made 6 plates off of this one so far. I could easily make another 2 or 3, but I'm not. I'm going to take what's left of that plate and drop it in this bag here. So, make my chimney nice, open my chimney up like that. Then I'll come to my plate using a new scalpel I'm using here. Flame it down. And then my first move is to release it from the plate. All the way around, cut it all the way around. Then I'll probably put it in a few sections. Look how thick this stuff is. This is crazy. Wow. And then there's this. And you don't normally need that much, probably about a half of a plate, even a quarter of a plate will start a bag this size. But I'm going for a big aggressive start. Now I'm going to pinch this closed like this before I leave my flow wood. I'm going to keep it like this. And right behind me is my my impulse sealer. If you don't have an impulse sealer, it's not the end of the world right now. You could easily take this right now and just do a balloon tie. Just like you tie a balloon, put a rubber band around it right there and you're good. You don't need an impulse sealer if you don't have one. So, right? So now I'm going to come over here and pop a seal on my bag. And that's that. You can see, oops, sorry about you, camera. Okay, you can see we sealed the bag. We've got our donation in here. Well, I don't like that donation sitting in there smashed against the walls like that. So I'm going to gently massage without really doing too much damage to that mycelium. I want that more in the grain to get started. So I'll get that guy into the grain. Even this one that's smashed against the wall here, we'll leave it. That one will be fun to watch grow out. Okay. So you got that. That's how we ended up using the extra, the leftover of that plate. Over here. Any questions over here at all? No? Just watching. And if you guys are having a less of a field of vision than over on the other camera, I can tell, and I apologize for that. You're watching both screens, that's smart, because you guys can talk over here. Yeah, that's really smart. Okay, we're going to do our final, because it's been an hour and you guys don't need to be here all night. I'm going to do the final thing. This is something I always forget. Give me one moment. I want to write my plate. I have to label my plates. This is where I just said they'll turn into mystery plates in about 15 minutes if I don't do this. It's hard to believe it's 7-1, you guys. Wow. Half a year already. It's a blink, this world's a blink, I tell you. I've spent this first 7 months out of this year. Let me be emotional for a second. I've spent 7 months out of this year, all of you guys, learning to be friends with you guys. Seriously. Didn't know any of you before the beginning of this year. I've got so many friends now. Such a good, neat group of people wanting to be good. It's just beautiful. Okay, my plates are labeled. Here's a trick I want to show you guys. It's not a trick. Nothing tricky about it, I apologize. Some people don't know. Many of you do, but this is just sort of learn time. Okay? This is what we call parafilm. It's the tape that we'll use to close the plates that we just made. Now, there's a lot of people out there that don't go and use parafilm. They'll use Scotch tape. They'll use it doesn't matter that much that you use parafilm. And parafilm is very expensive at the end of the day, but it is still what I use. Here I want to show you guys one little, it's not a trick, it's just something, okay? When I do my plates, the parafilm piece, one more second, it comes off of the roll. The parafilm comes already marked. It's basically it's got a marking. Here's a piece, etc. It's already marked for you. So here's technically, in my mind, anyways, and this is, nobody taught me this, I'm making it up. There's a full piece of parafilm, and there's a half a piece. So you just basically cut this one in half, right? So you have a whole, and you have a half. Hold on to that thought. You have the whole, and you have the half. Okay? Basically, this is just half of this. Right? 95% of the time, we're just going to take this one, just the half, and that's all we'll need to wrap a plate. Okay? And it's cheaper because you can get two pieces out of a whole. So normally, we're just going to wrap a plate with one. Right? Sai, you're 3 steps ahead of me. Okay? So normally, I'm just going to take this. And when you wrap a plate, it's kind of interesting because this parafilm isn't sticky. When we call it tape, it's not sticky. It's stretchy, and it stretches on itself. And the challenge I always have to myself is, can I wrap this thing, can I wrap it around 2 times? Can I make it all the way around the circle 2 times? Normally I can't. Normally I do exactly what I just did. I break it at about 1 1/2, 1 3/4. But if you can get it wrapped all the way around, that's the key. And when you do wrap it all the way around, this is simple. You're wanting to make sure you cover the top and the bottom, and then that space right there. So make sure that that's what's being covered. So that right there is a half wrap. Now I think Sai might be ahead of us. Watch what we're going to show. She's already probably talked about. Many times, especially if I'm going to ship a plate, if the plate's going to leave the place, I want my top to be secure. Eventually, believe it or not, this one wrap kind of works itself a little bit loose, whatever. I don't ship them one wrap usually. What we'll do is we'll take that same whole piece and just go like this. fold it in half, like that. We just took that piece, like Cy was saying, we just took our piece, folded in half, like so. And now we're gonna wrap with it, just like we did with the one. Get us. So now you've got a double wrap. Super easy, super simple. And believe it or not, you can actually feel, not on the plate itself, but you can just know that that tight's on secure, much more secure with that second wrap. Okay? And then that I would be more willing to ship. So, let me wrap these guys out. Well, I can do that afterwards. I don't need to do that in front of everybody. Anybody have any questions on the ferrofilm wrapping out a plate? Closing up a plate? Okay? Not that you guys haven't all done it 100 times. That's what I got for tonight. We got about an hour. We spend an hour and a half or so. Any questions over here? What do you guys any questions? I'll be right back to this camera. Hold on this camera, okay? You guys give me a sec. Over here, God, this has been really cool. Any questions over here, you guys? Been here, what, an hour and 20. It's really nice. Any questions? Any comments? Anything that I could do better? Anything that I could be corrected on? Anything that, this is a learning experience for everybody, including me. Yeah, Jeremiah, you're pretty awesome too. You'll know, sounds like you know what you're talking about. The couple of comments I've seen here. Anybody? Do you want to keep this thing going here for a few more minutes? I'm not trying to shut it down. What I'm trying to do is make sure everybody's okay. Say 5 more, Pops, give us 10 more minutes, and I'll show you guys 2 more things. You guys want 10 more minutes in here? Over there, you guys want 10 more minutes? Or do you want to shut it down and do some more at some other time? 10 more, Omter says. What are we thinking? A few more minutes? I got something to give you guys. I want to show you, I can show you something pretty cool right over here. Okay, I'll give you 10. 10 more. All right, let's do 10. Watch this. Take you guys over here. You guys, I know you guys got stuff to do too. If anybody needs to go, I get it. But I'm going to pop another 10 minutes in here, okay? I've got to do the work anyway, so you guys are just keeping me company. You know who keeps me company? About half of you guys at 2 o'clock in the morning, man. Thank you. You know who you are. Look at this. It's no kidding. There's 2 or 3 over here, like, they're over there too. What am I talking just to this camera? They're on both sides. You know how good and kind you guys have been to me, holding me up? Beautiful, beautiful people. Here's what I wanted to show you. So these bags, here's something I'm learning. Here it is. There's the bag. What's in that bag? What's that? So this is spawn, right? Ryeberry spawn bag that we started down here, just like I just showed you guys how we'll start bags. This one was actually started with liquid culture. Okay, nope, that's not contam, that's pins, baby. Size got it. That's little baby pins. That's little mushrooms starting to grow. Okay, that's that mature. You can even see the webbing on the mycelium literally growing onto the plastic. Okay, look at that. It's fruiting in the bag, right? But I'm doing this on purpose. Follow my thought. Follow Pop's craziness. Okay, monkeys inside, so he says. You guys are always so darn funny. I wish I could not talk and just read your comments. But you see those? Look at that. So anybody looking in this bag would say, Pops, plant that bag. You're going to have a heck of a tub, right? That's a tub and a half. Watch this. It's a different bag. Let's see. Each of these bags down here, let me see. Here. Another baby. Little babies. See that? Well, what's happening, pan the camera. Boop. All of these bags right here, that's set. I took those out of my colonization tent, and then I brought them down to the lab. I hope you guys can hear me over there, or you're listening here too. I apologize, okay? But these bags right here. All right, so what did Aaron ask? I'm sorry, let me see what his question was. So when you have the bag fruits, do you pick them out before? I would not transfer the fruit. I would pick that little fruit off and throw it away. I don't need it because it could be contaminated. It doesn't need to go into the next bag. Just the mycelium does. Great question, by the way. And you could eat it. You absolutely could. No joke. You could sit right there and go pop. I don't know how much. It's got stuff in it. But I'll tell you why I'm doing this. I brought these guys down from the colonization room, I would say 4 or 5 days ago. And they've been down here out of colonization and in general, basically, in fruiting. Okay? And I'm trying to fruit those bags somewhat, because here's what I found out. You guys know Pops is working on the ground spawn. All I need to do is take this right here, take this guy right here, put him in, that guy right there, in the freeze dryer, boop. 20 hours later, he comes out. Well, I know for a fact that he's a pinning psilocybin-filled bag. He's already starting to show fruit. So I can't even question right now that I know for a fact. Had I let this thing go, it would even get more fruit, of course. But even look at the psilocybin, look at the fruits themselves. Watch this. The fruit itself, as you see it, excuse me, find one that's very apparent. I just had it in my hand. Look. See that fruit? That's a minute away from actually just being fruit itself. Just take that off and grind it. So this, my point is extremely mature spawn, right? And it's already showing signs of having psilocybin to it. What we find out about cubensis, and here's your big secret. Everybody put your hat on. There's your big secret on the psilocybin. You can't, if you took this psilocybin and you spawned it in the dark, you took a cubensis and you never spawn it, you never take it out and subject it to a light cycle, it doesn't seem like it'll have much psilocybin in it. When it starts to gain its psilocybin is when it's been subjected to a light cycle. So what I'll do is I'll get my bags up to about 20 days old, and then the next 10 to 15, I'm cycling them, colonizing them in the light, which I believe is getting psilocybin to my spawn. So I'm still working on it, but I believe we're going to end up with extremely strong spawn. And we'll have both. We'll also have fruit, but we're going to have ground spawn. 12 on, 12 off. That's what I'm doing. Yep. I'm acting like it's fruiting, but it's in the bag. Yep. They get light from the day. That's it. That's what I do too, Si. They just are in here in the lab and they get the regular light cycle through the window, whatever the day gives them. And I'm basically cycling them for about 5 days, and then they'll go into the freeze dryer. Yep, you can do that too, silly. A lot of people are starting to do that now. They're not even worrying about that colonization phase. Yep. Okay, that was the thing I wanted to show you guys. I wanted to show you guys that deal. Look how much fun we're having. You guys are teaching each other a lot. If I could just sit here and read the comments. It's like we're having what do you call it? Conference. A conference at the MushLab. Speaking of which, okay, I'm going on this side of the camera. I'm going to be right in the center of the two cameras. I got an announcement to make. You guys ready for the announcement? When we're going to do it again tomorrow. We'll make this announcement a little bit bigger tomorrow. Okay? But I did finally get a house, a very nice sized Airbnb right here in Detroit. Ferndale. It's in the city of Ferndale, if you want to look it up on your deal. It's for the weekend of September 10th, 11th, and 12th. Doesn't matter. I understand if you can't make it, whatever. But I've got a house. Weekend of September 10th, 11th, and 12th. I'll make more of an announcement and make it more official soon. But I put the deposit down on it today. So, whatever. And we'll talk more about the details. But if you guys want to start in your minds, if you're feeling like going to a mush party, did you guys check that out here? Weekends of 10th, 11th, and 12th of September, which gives us 2 full months. I know it's not the greatest month because kids back to school and stuff, but we'll figure it out. Come on, man, get excited about that. Give me 3 pops, that's pretty cool. 10th and 11th and 12th. Guys here in Michigan will have no problem making that. And I'm putting people up at the house. Yep, Jeffy's on a road trip. We'll put people up at the house, have plenty of room, and sleeping bags. There we go. At least one darn cool out of you guys. Yeah. We're in the process of moving in a bigger space, so hopefully get them out. That's cool. Doyle, it's a 12-hour drive is nothing. Get up here and party with the guys and gals and have a Michael. We are going to party. Speaking of, well, it wasn't a party, but I'll do this since you guys are here tonight. Give me 3 seconds on this. Silly, you're in Flint? Are you really, bro? Get down here. What are you doing? Get over here and teach me some stuff. What was I just going to say? I was going to come over here and say something. I'm having a senior moment. If I get back in front of the camera, Colorado could use a carpool. Oh, that would be so cool. I have about 8 people coming in from Colorado. Forgot what I was going to say. That's all right. Anyways, guys, tomorrow, that's what it was. Give me 1 second to think about what I was going to say. Can't even remember. Anyways, we will be having the mush party here, 10th, 11th, and 12th. Oh, that's what it was going to be. That's what I was going to talk about. Thank you. So, you guys saw me do the old tablet. You guys saw me do the old tablet this morning at 9:30. It was about 9:25 that I took that 9:20 that I took that tablet. And I don't know if Richard's here, if Richard, our Smash Monitor, is here, but he cracked me up today because I had asked him on the tee if he would track with me because maybe Pops is gonna lose it or something. How silly of me, because it wasn't that big of a dose at the end of the day. It wasn't that big of a, it might have been, well, it was 7/10 of a gram, which for all intents and purposes was the biggest I've ever done. But the great part of it was, so Richard, after tea, starts tracking with me to make sure I'm okay. Well, I started calling myself Dr. Frankenstein and calling him Igor. Or is it Igor or is it Igor, you guys? Which is it over here? Is it Igor or Igor? It's Igor. Frankenstein's partner is Igor. That's true, right? Because do they do Igor because it's the Gene Wilder one or something? That's the young Frankenstein. Yeah, but anyways, it's those things. I guess now you can't recreate how funny it was. Plus, I might have been on the giggles. It was so darn funny hanging out with Richard and Richard going through that with me, and that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. You know what a neat thing that you have people that'll do that. And and just track with you. And I'm not going to tell you the rest of the story until tomorrow morning cliffhanger, but I'll tell you the rest of my experience tomorrow morning. How's that sound? And then I've got tabs that we're going to be making over the weekend, and a lot of you guys are going to be getting them just because I got to get them out there and let you guys have the fun that I just did today. What's that?
I'm just joking. I said the mush toys.
The Mush Toys. So we will talk about that tomorrow morning. I'll give you guys a rundown on the how what that went like. How's that? Okay. Thanks, guys. I'm gonna cut out. I didn't mean to take all your night. This has really been, for me, it's been fun. I hope it has been for you guys too. And tell me, let's do this again. And next time we will work on something else. Talk to us in a couple of days. We'll do this again. Instead of just talking on Discord at night, we'll hang out like this once in a while. Does that sound good to you guys? No, not really. That's a great word over there. Over here, thank you guys very, very much. I put my glasses on so I can read. Thank you guys. We will see you guys tomorrow at. Looks like you guys want me to keep this thing on. I'll go back upstairs and get to work shipping stuff out, and you guys could just sit here and talk. I love this. Yeah, I'm going to turn her off here in a couple of minutes and see you guys at 9 o'clock tomorrow. Give me 2 or 3 people say, Pops, let's do this again real soon. Yes, Jeff, mail call. Yes, Jeff. Woo, thank God that didn't fall. You guys almost fell over. Oh, there's a delay. You know that? I came over here and there's a delay. You guys, Discord's a little behind YouTube. How interesting. Okay, I just came over here and there's a delay. Over here. Guys, thanks a lot. Let's do it again tomorrow. There it is. Tomorrow. Aaron's ready to go tomorrow. Thank you guys so much, man. It's been pretty cool, right, Silly? And you get down here from Flint. See you guys tomorrow morning. We will talk at Discord tomorrow night. 2 or 3 nights from now. That's what we're supposed to be doing. Getting together, talking, learning. You guys probably taught a lot of each other back and forth there while I was rambling. Facilitate communication, entertain, educate. That's what we're here to do. Thank you again so much. And we will see you guys. I felt like I missed something. I was supposed to say something there. Mail call. That's what it is. Tomorrow morning, mail call for sure. Map for sure. And loving everybody else for sure. Pops, peace. Thank you again for hanging out with me, guys, tonight. And I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Thank you again. Peace, Pops, out.